Hello everybody, welcome to SMB Growth Seminar. All the previous modules we have been talking about how to identify new market, new territories, how to enter there, how to make product visible there, how to identify channel partners, how to use e-commerce, everything, right? Now let us look inwards. Yeah, you can do all those things, but to do all that you need people, right? So in this particular module, let us see how you are going to create and manage talent in a way where all your dreams of expanding to new market or new territories get fulfilled. Let me ask you a question. More than the question, let us introspect. Why do people work? In your organization, my organization, everywhere, in modern times, why do people work? Is it for salary alone? So you and me, we are giving some salary, so people are coming and working. Is it only for salary? I'm using the word only. It is also for salary. If you see here, yes, people come to work, yes, for salary, but also for social satisfaction, for getting positive feelings, for prestige, for happiness, and also for sake of peers and family. It is not necessarily only for salary alone. I think those days are gone where one has to come and work only for bread and butter. Now we have crossed that stage. And next question, why they should choose your company? Most of the time we always think, I am choosing an employee. But remember, employee also is choosing you. Have you ever thought why employee is choosing your company? What is making your company, what brand you carry, and why he should come and work for your company? Have you ever thought about it? So let us go in depth in this module on these aspects. What is the role your brand, your reputation plays on candidate's mind? You are calling a candidate for interview. Don't think it's coming only for salary. He may be thinking, how's your brand? How's your reputation? How's your market? What is the name in the market? All those things will also play in the minds of candidate, which will finally enable you to get the right talent and manage them better. Now, if you ask, there is something called Maslow's pyramid. I think some of you may be knowing about it. If I ask, generally, how is the working population and where they are located in Maslow's pyramid? Let me bring it up. This is Maslow's pyramid. So there are different needs for a person to work, right? Starting from basic physiological need to safety, all the way going to what they call self-actualization. I am working because I want to be happy. Now, have you ever thought why your employees are coming to work to you? Why people are joining your company? Where they are in this pyramid? Are they coming for basic physiological need? They want bread and butter and salary? Or they are moved up and they want something else? So in this context, let us see talent identification. How do you recruit your team? Remember, attracting the right talent is the foundation of what we are talking. When you choose your team, always choose attitude, not necessarily on knowledge alone. This is another mistake. What do you mean by attitude? Attitude could be not necessarily hard work, is innovation, is intelligence, entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, nothing but an entrepreneur, an employee, but thinking like an entrepreneur. Is he like that? Is he having that attitude? So that is something very important when you choose your team. That is something you have to evaluate when you choose your talent. And many times we choose teams who are less knowledgeable than you. Actually, every team member whom you choose, whether it is a marketing man, whether a salesman, HR man, or say design man, actually should be more knowledgeable than you. Only then the whole company can grow up. This is something again you have to consider when you identify the talent. I'll ask you this question. When you identify a talent, you want somebody to come and work for you, right? But I'll ask you this question. Do you have this? What are they? Your system of KRA, KPA, you are tracking it. You have a very clear appraisal system. There is a job description for every position. Everybody knows their job description. There is a good reward and recognition schemes other than salary. Whatever is as per the market, very open, modern and transparent culture. That's what you have built in your organization. And it is a very safe workplace. Do you have this? Many times we think, yes sir, but it is all for big companies. I am an SME. But why? Why? Even though you are an SME, what stops us from having this clear system? Unless the systems are there, how do we expect to attract a good talent and expect them to stay? So please think and consider and check whether you are following best practices when it comes to talent identification. Next question is, how do you evaluate their performance? What we call PMS or performance management system. But do you have your vision? Does your organization has a vision, written vision? So what is VMOSA? What is what we call vision, mission, objectives and action plan? Do you have that in every level? As it trickle down to your security person, that's what I will ask always. If your security person knows what is the vision of your company, then I will say people will stay for a longer time and they will perform better. Does your security man knows the vision of your company? Do you have SMART goals, which includes your vision? SMART could be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant and time bound. Do you set these goals to your team? See, it is not that, okay, by next year you have to reach so many crores or lakhs. No, but it should be in a more clear way. It should be aligning with your VMOSA. Are you doing it? So it is important you have all this thing, and it is also important you review all this frequently. Again, I recommend quarterly review. Quarterly, you should have the time to call your senior team one by one and discuss what are the targets given to him, what are the various SMART goals given to him, how he has done, what handholding is required, what are the challenges. That is something we have to do. That's called performance management. You are setting the goal, defining the goal, helping him to attain the goal. My question is, do you have it? So that is very important to have this. See, there are a lot of people when we go around, many SMEs say they have a lot of challenges, right? When it comes to talent management. I'll list down my few points here. First challenges faced by SMEs is availability of talent. There is a general feedback and complaint and information that the talent available is not so good. Okay, it is not to the level what an entrepreneur wants. Motivating of the talent is a biggest challenge for one of the biggest challenge for SME. What is the salary strategy to the teams? How much I should give? Should I give too much? Should I give too less? What should be the slab? How I should give them my salary distributed to my teams? There are so many things which comes into the picture. That is another concern. Next biggest question what I come across is whether to train my team or how much to train. So I train so much but they leave and go, sir, what to do? I am again recruiting one more person, I am training. My retention is poor. Again we will come back to the retention. So these could be some of the, yes, there are other smaller things, but all will come under this broadly this 5 or 6. So sometimes people always ask SMEs, sir, I have everything but I don't know how to measure the performance. Possible. So these are the few challenges faced by the SMEs in the talent management. It all looks jumbled, right? There are so many points. It is like, endless circle going round and round and round. Yes, it is time for SMEs, you and us, all of us, to unravel this complexity and make it simple. But remember, this is only one part of the coin, one side of the coin. Remember, this is what we think. That's what you think as an SME. But do you know other side of the coin is what does the employee thinks about the company? Remember, we discussed already what are the requirements, what is the branding we carry, what is the system we have. If we have all this, then this becomes easy. So it is like two hands clapping together. So this one side of the coin is your pain. Maybe the employee will tell the other side of the thing what is the pain they have. So you have to give world-class thing and you will also get world-class people. Yes, let us look into, since retention is critical item, let us look into what are the factors that will make an employee to stay for a longer time and what can be done. Remember, we already discussed set VMOSA up to the last person, decide on SMART goals, vision to drill down the KRA, KPI, that level vision must go, performance review must be done, R&R. Here it is roles and responsibility also is there and rewards and recognition is also there. I mean, you cannot reward a performing person, non-performing person in the same way. But there has to be a measurement also, why you are giving so much, why you are giving so less. It should be very transparent. So this is one aspect of retention and it shows the top management's commitment. If you have these things, that shows that the top management is committed towards retaining employees. That's the basic thing a company can do. I want to ask this question. Typically, we have been seeing in the last few modules, what is the role that is expected from marketing or sales team? Remember, you expect them to understand puzzle events, you expect them to handle e-commerce, you expect them to use FTS to the advantage of your company, you expect them to work with the channel partner, you want them to expand in new territories and market. But how many hours of training you have given to your team? Have we trained them? Our experience is without training, the rewards cannot be reaped. This is example is for say marketing. It could be HR, it could be different set of training. For operation, different set of training. But when we expect such a world-class performance from your sales team, are we giving that world-class training? So again, if you don't give, they don't stay back. then little bit of training, they'll go away. So it is important you create an environment where you are motivating teams to stay back and train them well. Another important factor for employee retention is encourage innovation. Make your employees to innovate as often as possible. Here again I have a question. What do you think, or in what areas you think you can encourage an employee to be innovative? You have any ideas? I am listing down my 5 or 6 points. One of the very basic method of making people innovative is encourage out-of-box thinking. Encourage people to give alternate ideas. Encourage people to criticize positively, unless it is not done in a personal way. Encourage people to criticize what is happening and come out with a better idea. Don't create yes men anywhere in your organization. This is what is called out-of-box thinking. Think in a different way. Don't think in a conventional way. Have a Kaizen system across the company. Kaizen is continuous small improvement. So every person, again, I would always say start from security. Why not? So security to top management. What is a Kaizen system here? How do you collect Kaizen? How do you evaluate? How do you reward a Kaizen? So assume every person gives one Kaizen per week. If you have some 150 people, imagine every week you have 150 improvements. This is another way of innovating. Not everybody need to become an R&D person or a design person and innovate something beautiful. Even 1% improvement every day is an innovation. Promote creativity. Whatever people do, allow them and encourage them to be more creative. Whether they are working on a computer, working on the product, on how they go and sell, how they communicate, everywhere creativity can be there. Brainstorm. Call people for brainstorming. Sit together. Allow people to talk out and tell them to come with a lot of ideas. You will find suddenly all locked up innovation will come streaming out in these meetings. Remember, set high world-class standard. This is something I sincerely urge all SMEs to follow. Because you are an SME, I am repeating second or third time in the whole course. Just because you are an SME, that doesn't mean you need not have world-class standard. Set world-class standard in communication, in writing a mail, in producing, in talking, or in how you communicate to the customer, or how the product is designed, how your process is designed. Everywhere set world-class. Then automatically you will find people also start innovating to meet those world-class standards. If you keep a very low standard, then there is no need for people to innovate. They will just come and go. Please engage this team to contribute, and they will have automatically the job satisfying. Remember the Maslow. Now the people are thinking they are coming to job more than for bread and butter. So by doing all this thing, it will make employees to come together, work together and think in a higher dimension of thinking. Now, what is the culture inside? This is one important thing for retaining employee. Is it a traditional HR, bookish HR, or is it agile and modern HR? Are you mentoring or supervising your team? Very important. You may be supervising, do this, don't do this. No, not like that. Or are you mentoring? You are coaching. You are being with them. Is it a right fit? Is the employee the right fit? Do you conduct skill will matrix analysis? Who is fit for what job? Is he suitable for that job? What is the career path? What is the growth path? What is the career plan for every employee? Do you have one? Has it been communicated to your employees? Generally, do they know if they do well, what will happen after a few years? So, is it individual heroism that is working in the company, or the collaborative work that is being encouraged in the company? These are the few things which indicates what type of culture exists. Better create team players. Become a transformation leader. You are a transformation leader. You are transforming people. You are transforming process. You are transforming thinking process. You are transforming product. You are transforming everything. Working along with people. Not like traditional supervisory leader. Decision by a cross-functional team. It is never by one person. All key decisions are taken by a team after brainstorming. Communication skill. As a leader, you should have an extraordinary communication skill to talk with your teams. Are you system-oriented or you are an impulsive person? That also matters in employee attraction as well as retention. Please remember, the mantra is to let go without losing control of your organization. Underlining, the buck stops with the top man. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for implementing any of these, and for hand-holding support. Please reach out to me. My mobile number is there, my email ID is there, my company website address also there. Looking forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you so much.